Hi, my name is Ted Murphy, founder, chairman, and CEO of IZEA. Thank you for joining me today. I'm coming to you from my home office in Orlando, Florida. Like many of your companies, IZEA has made the proactive decision to have our team members work from home in an effort to slow the spread of COVID-19. We believe it is our duty to help protect our fellow citizens the best we can. And it is my hope that you all join the movement to flatten the curve. IZEA's marketplace is fully functional, and our team members are available and happy to help in your time of need. If you would like to learn more about IZEA's operations during COVID-19, you can visit the URL below. Before we get started, I would like to provide you with a little bit of background about today's presentation. The data you see today is based on responses from just under 1,000 US-based internet users. We asked them a variety of questions in order to help predict what behaviors may look like during a lockdown for coronavirus. IZEA developed this content to provide high-level guidance and help marketers and influencers in a period of stress and confusion. What we are seeing in the market is unprecedented. We understand that these are very sensitive times for everyone in our industry. My hope is that this information can help spark new ideas for all parties, and that you will be better equipped to deal with the challenges ahead. This study looked at two waves of consumers. Wave 1 focused specifically on those that use social media regularly. Wave 2 focused on general consumers. Both waves required consumers to have internet connectivity to complete the survey. 66% of social media users believe that their social media usage will increase if confined to their home. This is logical, as consumers will find themselves with limited activity options and extra time due to reduced daily commutes. Drilling down into the platforms, we can see where people believe their time spent will increase the most. 64% indicated that usage of YouTube would increase, and 63% indicated that usage of Facebook would increase. We believe that YouTube stands to benefit the most during a coronavirus lockdown, simply because people will be looking for longer form content when faced with extended periods of free time. Instagram usage is expected to increase 43%, followed by Twitter at 34% and Pinterest at 33%. We expect to see a surge of Instagram Stories usage, but at the same time, we believe that compelling content will be harder to come by in times of confinement. Influencers will need to be very creative during this period in order to retain interest. Consumers say their usage of Snapchat is likely to increase by 25%, blogs by 25%, and LinkedIn by 15%, followed by TikTok at 12% and Twitch at 10%. One thing to note here is that this data is for all age groups. You would expect platforms like TikTok to spike higher with younger users. But even when we filtered to look at 18 to 29-year-olds only, the percentage of people who said usage would increase was only 16%. The silly short-form content of TikTok may simply be less compelling in consumers' minds during a time of crisis, or they may be already getting their fill each day. That is not to say that TikTok adoption is slowing by any means. TikTok is closing in on 2 billion total app downloads worldwide, with February being its biggest month ever for downloads thus far. When you look at increased platform usage on a macro level, there are clearly three tiers: high, moderate, and low. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram dominate, with up to 6x more people indicating that they plan to increase usage versus platforms such as Twitch and TikTok. With confinement to homes, all social media ships will rise. In a time of isolation, it is clear that social media is going to be a place that consumers turn to connect with others online when they simply can't be face to face. While none of us would ever wish for a situation like we have right now, it does create an opportunity for brands and influencers to bond with a captive audience hungry for content, services, and entertainment. In times of challenge, people turn to those they trust, and consumers trust other consumer voices more than they trust brand voices. Not only are social media users seeking content from those they trust, they are using social media to discover and research products. Nearly 3 in 4 social media users say they normally turn to social platforms to inform purchase decisions. Given the planned increase in social media usage, proclivity to follow online influencers they admire and trust, and desire to discover products through social media platforms, it is natural that social media users would understand the power of influencer marketing. When we asked consumers where they would allocate marketing budget for a consumer product during a coronavirus outbreak, 86% said influencer marketing, besting all other forms of media. That doesn't mean that the influencer campaigns you ran last week make sense this week. Times have changed, people are concerned, and many lives have already been impacted. As you think through your content strategy, your messaging should be authentic and sensitive to the grim reality of this crisis. 99% of social media consumers believe they will buy something online if they are confined to their home. People who don't normally shop online will be forced to, and people who already shop online will likely do it even more. We asked our Wave 2 consumers what they think they might purchase online if they are confined to their home during a coronavirus outbreak. Topping the list were grocery store items ranging from frozen food to razors. A whopping 92% said they would order these online. Just behind them, prescriptions and OTC medicines at 85%. These are massive and meaningful shifts. Somewhere between 1 and 2% of grocery shopping is done online today. The positive impacts and related issues are already being seen with the nation's largest retailers. Online ordering of grocery items will increase on sites like Amazon.com and Walmart.com, as well as with the national grocers. But it's not just about groceries. 71% say they might purchase restaurant food delivery. 61% say they might purchase media, entertainment, or games. 57% for clothing, beauty, and fashion items. 48% for home electronics, 47% for home improvement and DIY supplies, and 40% for home fitness gear and accessories. We believe there will be online ordering of all types of goods and services through the confinement period, even those you might not expect. My heart goes out to those in the travel and tourism industry. My mother works for an international hotel company, and I know that things are tough out there. The advice I would give to these marketers is to focus on those that travel the most. These are your best customers. While only 31% of consumers say they might purchase travel while confined, 55% of those that vacation 5+ times a year say that they might book. That number jumps even higher when we look at frequent business travelers. They are almost 2 times as likely to purchase while confined. However, these travelers will be looking for incentives. If you want to drive sales near term, you are likely going to need to discount your offering. When we ask consumers how big of a discount they would need for them to purchase a non-refundable hotel or plane reservation to a place that they really wanted to visit, the majority of people said 30 to 50%. Business travelers require less of a discount and are more likely overall to book now. When positioning travel destinations, it will be more important to highlight date flexibility and insurance options if possible, as all consumers will be seeking comfort and will be protective of their cash on hand. We found that social media users are generally more likely to purchase discretionary items online during confinement. They believe they will purchase more entertainment items, more fitness gear, and elect to have more restaurant food delivered relative to general consumers. Delivery is going to be a hot topic over the next few months. 91% of those who say they have a great deal of say on purchase decisions expect to have something delivered from a traditional shipper. And 3 out of 4 people expect to have food delivered. Safety, convenience, and access to goods they can't get locally is going to drive heavy consumer demand and stress those companies that offer physical products. Both genders plan to use delivery services of some type, but males skew higher for pickup services. They score 39% higher for curbside and 45% higher for in-store. If you have curbside or in-store pickup options, you may consider targeting male audiences. There is also a difference in delivery preference based on mobile OS. iOS users say they are more likely to have restaurant food delivered versus their Android counterparts. If you are a marketer, you may consider highlighting free shipping or pickup options in your messaging starting today. There is definitely a gap in online ordering and delivery usage based on age. This is both a challenge and opportunity for marketers during this crisis. Lack of options may help you convert new customers that have been slow to adopt, but realize that there will be educational challenges and safety concerns, especially when it comes to food services. I would engage older influencers to educate older audiences about the safety and advantages of online ordering. With any luck, these older consumers will become loyal new delivery customers on the other side of COVID-19. As a dad with a 7-year-old at home, I can personally tell you that bored children are going to be a major concern for parents. Our family's strict screen rules will certainly be relaxed. With 2 parents now working from home, there will be significantly more playtime, and we will be hunting for educational opportunities to occupy and enlighten our son the best we can. My wife and I are not alone. 72% of consumers with children ages 3 to 17 believe they may purchase media and games while confined at home. But while screen times will be extended, we are still worried about too much time online. There has to be more for him to do, especially if this goes on for weeks or months. 79% of consumers with children say they may purchase home improvement or DIY supplies. Many families with children at home were already planning some form of DIY project in the next 6 months. But COVID-19 will cause people to move faster on these initiatives. 92% of consumers with children say they would accelerate these projects if confined to their home. If you are a home improvement store or craft store, you have a unique window to capture consumer spend. Consider going heavy on delivery and in-store pickup messaging if you offer it. With schools closed, parents will be challenged to keep their kids focused on learning. They will turn to new sources of inspiration and will be on the hunt for educational ideas. Brands and influencers can partner together to teach fun, unconventional lessons about products and services. I know my child loves to learn about how things are built, and even more about how to take things apart. From how coffee is made to how cameras work, there are plenty of interesting educational storylines to tell together. For manufacturers of electronics, discounting and knowing your core customers is going to be important right now. Almost 50% of females say they simply wouldn't buy new speakers or a stereo at this moment, compared to 23% of males. If you are selling electronics, particularly those for media consumption, you are much more likely to drive a response from a male consumer while people are confined to their home. Males place higher value on everything from computers to games, and males are generally more likely to purchase non-essential items, even clothes, during confinement. While our survey questions around electronics focused mainly on media consumption, in analyzing this data, I believe there is an opportunity for those that produce goods and services for digital media creation. There will be a surge of new influencers and content creators during confinement. That surge, combined with increased social media usage and increased arts and crafts activity, will drive people to purchase new equipment and production tools. We've now gone through the data. Let's talk strategies. If you are a grocer or pharmacy, things are about to shift to online ordering and pickup in a meaningful way. Consider promotion of bulk purchases or value sizes as consumers stock up for the unknown and seek to minimize the number of deliveries. Use influencers to tell stories that focus on bringing families back to the dinner table together, or education of older consumers about online ordering. Position cooking as something that can relieve boredom and teach children new life skills at the same time. Again, educational content is a winner when people are stuck at home. If you are a restaurant, know that food safety is a major concern. National brands can leverage the process and protocols that larger companies bring to the table. Promote the steps you have taken to reduce COVID-19 impacts. Have an influencer interview your CEO via video conferencing. Use influencers to tell stories about reduced stress from not having to cook meals at home, or how ordering new items can be a culinary adventure for the family. Entertainment companies can save the proverbial day. Social media consumption will increase, but people will be seeking high-quality, longer-form content at the same time. Video games, board games, toys, movies, and shows offer a welcome escape and distraction. We are all going to be under stress, so content about self-care, adapting to working from home, and public service announcements have the potential to be incorporated into any holistic influencer content strategy. But as the places we gather close their doors to protect the public, marketers that rely on gatherings at physical locations are facing a completely different challenge. What can a marketer do if their venue is currently shut down? There is no changing the situation. So my advice is to control what you can control and see what you can do to turn a bad situation into a better situation. For entertainment facilities, you are going to have the potential for pent-up consumer demand on the other side of COVID-19. If I was a marketer in this situation, I would start planting seeds now for the outcome I want later. People will want to be out of the house. They will want to eat and drink and cruise and fly and see their favorite musicians. Invest in building your marketing funnel now so you maximize your share of wallet later. Offer discounts, sell gift cards, and do whatever you can to capture data for a massive push the second it is safe to reopen your locations. The good news for marketers is that the economics of influencer marketing are about to swing in your favor. We believe that more consumers are going to start down the path to become influencers. That means a greater supply of potential people to partner with. This comes at a time when we have seen prices rise dramatically over the past 5 years. The average cost for a sponsored Instagram photo has risen 44% from 2018 to 2019 alone. And blog posts have increased even more dramatically over the past 14 years. IZEA is unique in the influencer marketing industry. We were born just 1 year before the recession that started in December of 2007. During that time, we saw a huge drop in price per post as supply increased and demand weakened. Now, this pricing swing happened before influencer marketing went mainstream, but the same type of market forces will be at play with the economic pullback. We expect downward pressure on influencer pricing. A near-term decrease of 15 to 25% is well within reason, but a longer period of macroeconomic volatility would likely impact prices further. We believe that marketing departments at brands will shrink, as will their agencies. Marketers will lean on technology partners and specialty service providers for influencer marketing, as they struggle to handle more overall work with less people to do it. Influencer marketplaces will truly come of age. They will be leveraged by more large influencers to fill gaps in deal flow, and by more marketers to drive pricing, performance, and workflow efficiencies. Difficult creators and their talent representation will find opportunities drying up. People simply won't have time for the drama, and attitudes from divas will need to change. Brands will seek those that are happy and eager to work with them. Overall, we believe there will be significant thinning of the herd in the influencer space. There are too many incomplete technology and service solutions right now, too much inefficiency, and too much wasted money. In the long term, consolidation will ultimately be better for brands and influencers alike. This is my 4th major economic event as founder and CEO of a marketing company. I survived the dot-com bust, 9/11, the housing bubble, and now this. Through each of those experiences, we found ourselves in a better place when the dust settled. And I have been amazed by the things our clients have accomplished as they have turned lemons into lemonade. Creativity, service, commitment, rolling up your sleeves when the going gets tough. This is when we as marketers and creators can have a material impact on outcomes for our companies. Nobody can control the larger situation, but we can all control how we navigate it. Marketers have watched as influencer pricing has skyrocketed in recent years with no signs of slowing. COVID-19 and the market crash will be a shockwave to the industry that will rebalance the playing field. And it is a correction that will ultimately be healthy for the ecosystem. Near term, marketers should be able to drive more content for the same overall influencer spend. This is also a time for marketers to look at other ways to improve ROI. Consider mixed compensation models, longer commitments in exchange for lower costs, and letting influencers participate in the upside through affiliate programs. It is time for all parties to be more flexible and open. But marketers must remember that these are people's lives. Some influencers support their entire families on this income. This change is going to come as a huge shock for all influencers, both big and small. We must all be respectful and thoughtful in the way we navigate pricing and requests. If you are an influencer, the bar is about to raise for everyone. Brands will be more selective and price sensitive. You simply won't see the level of inbound that you used to. Events will be off limits for a while, and you will need to adapt. That said, this is the opportunity to show why you are the best choice possible for a brand. Price changes are inevitable at this point, and you do not want to be the last one to react. My advice to you would be to get as aggressive as you can be, to update your pricing in marketplaces, and ping the people you know personally at brands, agencies, and platform providers. Do whatever you can to increase your visibility, deliver more value, and increase your deal flow. This is a time to step up, to be as professional and service-oriented as you can be, and to partner with brands to drive success together. There is no doubt that this is going to be hard on all of us near term. But long term, the future is bright. Focus on what you can control. Treat others as you would like to be treated. Work hard and adapt quickly, and stay positive. If you have any questions for me or Team IZEA, please feel free to drop us a line at hereforyou@izea.com. This video, along with the PDF version of this presentation, will be made available immediately following the conclusion of this stream. Thank you all for your time today. Stay safe, stay strong, and most of all, do your part to help flatten the curve so we can all return back to business as usual.